Cancer, welcome to your full moon energy read. Depending on where you're in the world, full moon will be around January 26th, 27th. Great time to capture energy, more so at the beginning of the year. First full moon in Leo. Let's get to it. This is one of the reads I've taken from the Sunday Shuffle and brought downstairs. I love it. I'll be able to do full moon energy reads for everybody within the same week, so that's really cool. What's going on, please? And for those of you who might be confused about the schedule change, you might have missed the mid-month check-in for January, where I announced the brand new schedule change. I like it a lot. Hope you do too. It's outlined for the description box for you. Excuse me. It's been a long but good kind of quirky day. I'm a little off because of the weather. So I live in Central Texas. Snow is not our norm. And we had a very light dusting of it today. There you go. So I'm a little off. We're all a little off down here in Central Texas. This is what it's like to live in Texas when you're used to 100 degrees, like a lot. The hell is going on? That's it. You just kind of go outside in your shorts because you're used to wearing shorts year round, and your sandals and your flip flops, and you're like, what? So it's very light. Don't get me wrong, it's super light. It's not like a heavy snow you would associate in a colder climate. It's super thin, but it's like, okay. Cinnamon's loving it though as a husky. Oh yeah, she's loving it. All right, what's going on, please? Show me Cancer, show me Cancer, show me Cancer, show me Cancer, show me Cancer. And that full moon energy. Take what resonates, if it does not. Reverse those energies as you see fit. These are general collective readings, which means it may not all resonate. Normal. Check out the placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. What's going on, please? What's going on, please, for Cancer? Show me Cancer. Ay. 10 of Wands, eh? King of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. 6 of Cups. Aww. Oh, there's that collective sigh. Oh, so something's difficult right now. 10 of Wands is a burden, is a strain. This could be everyday work life, or it represents a strain. Okay, we'll see. King of Pentacles, sense of practicality, stability. I know my worth, I know my value. This is what I can do. Queen of Wands, right? Beautiful, creative, passionate, you name it. 6 of Cups, some sort of soul bond energy here, right? Which for you, like I said, I've been seeing that for you quite a bit. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Oh, before we forget, the heart of the reading. Aw, everybody's been showing me their heart spaces in the heart of the reading, so that's nice. That's a lot of folks who are doing that. Knight of Cups, there's a sweetness there. There's a softness there. There's a vulnerability there with the Knight of Cups. He's trying to say something to somebody. Okay, so again, the Knights are responsible for delivering our stuff outside of ourselves. Sometimes it's coming towards us, okay, but more often than not, I default to this is coming from us or ourselves as a person. We'll see. Let's see that. What's going on, please? Show me that Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, possibly romantic, usually though just vulnerable. It takes vulnerability to open up and express one's feelings, right? Trust in the emotional process, trust what we're feeling is true, trust that what we're speaking is true, that kind of thing. Excuse my tummy if you hear it kicking off. Cinnamon's having a fight with a croc, like the shoe. Crocs have turned out to be one of the most unexpected chew toys ever. They're indestructible. Cinnamon has yet to take down one croc, okay? Those things are indestructible. I mean, really, they're ugly as hell. Don't get me wrong. But they're highly functional, crocs are. I'll tell you what, not good for snow. But other than that, they're highly functional. Oh, God, you're not the first person to show me something like this. There's so much pain in your heart, honey. I don't want there to be that level of pain in your heart. Somebody had a very distinct combination, and there's been many readings between you and whoever it was. I can't even remember who the heck it was. I don't know. But it showed me something very similar. I'm afraid to open up. I might get hurt. I know. It could have been Pisces. Might have been. And they actually are not read before you. There were a couple readings before you. I promise you. I think it was Pisces. And so I'm afraid to open up. What if I get hurt? And that Knight of Cups is vulnerable. He's a vulnerable guy. You know, if I open up and express myself, I can get shot down, I can get hurt. And if I'm trying to heal something or approach the idea of healing with something, I can make it worse. You know, if I put my foot in that arena, oh my God, whatever pain I feel now could be amplified by 100 if I try to fix it. If I try to express myself towards it. I don't know what to do. Christina, tell me what to do. That's why it's so hard. 10 of Wands. I'm trying. Let's try. I just want that feeling out of you. The anticipation of being hurt if you're vulnerable. That sucks, right? Knight of Cups. Honestly, I think the Knight of Cups is probably more vulnerable than the Page. The Page isn't too much. He can handle it. But the Knight of Cups, it's like there's a certain boldness in that emotional expression that says, I feel this, and I may not be a king. I may not be a Queen of Cups, but I can be a knight, but it's hard. It's hard. I wish I was a king. Then I could deliver what I'm saying with confidence, but this is hard. So I see your heart space is having such a hard time being vulnerable. It has a certain point that it would like to flow outwards, and then it stops itself short, like it remembers, oh, I could get hurt. And there's already hurt here. It's a 10 of Swords. So it's like, well, I could make it worse then. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's see that 10 of Wands. Show me that 10 of Wands. Show me the 10 of Wands. Show me the 10 of Wands. Show me the 10 of Wands. Show me that 10 of Wands. It seems like this is a rather large barrier between you and you expressing what you feel. Let's see that 10 of Wands, please. Again, we want those knights to move, not feel impeded. So that's your particular obstacle. You have to overcome this fear of being hurt. Okay. We'll see. We'll see if whatever I'm looking at is worth all this fuss, okay? Hold on. Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, there they are again. Page of Pentacles. God, but you want to do it, though. You want to do it. I don't know what to tell you, babe. You want to do it. Will you? I know it's hard. You can stop trying to convince me. I got it. You convinced me it's hard. It's really hard. It's really hard. And yet, nevertheless, there are parts of you running around wondering if you can open up to this. The answer is yes. It's getting you past the fear of being hurt if you try. Okay? It's not an accusation. It's not a judgment. I know shit like that's super uncomfortable. You know, it's hard. Hard to open up. It's interesting how you've shown me a King and Queen of Pentacles, and that Queen of Wands is here twice. Someone here might be very earth-oriented, fire-oriented. It's fairly consistent. Otherwise, we're seeing somebody's very practical and earthbound, and we might be seeing someone else is very fiery, passionate, beautiful, maybe. So can you invest in this dynamic? I know it's hard. Can you? Do you want to? Can you allow yourself to open up in that particular direction? Give it some sort of crack. Get your foot in the door. It's not the earthbound investment that bothers you. You're saying that's hard. Just putting a pentacle out there, Christina, that's hard. It's the other part. I'm afraid it's going to hurt me or reject me or not take me seriously or shoot me down. That's some serious, it could shoot me down. It's a fear. And it is based on pain, 10 of Swords. So that tells me something went down between you two. Isn't that the case? This is why I don't read past anymore, guys. People will show me the past in some way, in some parts. And tying it in there and how it relates to current present-day energy and how it's affecting our present-day decision-making, so on and so forth. Let me see this King of Pentacles. I want to see what he's thinking. I tend to trust what the King of Pentacles is thinking. Just because it's based more on experience as opposed to, say, logic and thought. Let's put it that way. Nothing right. I respect rationality and all that. Okay. Intelligence. I'm a big fan of intelligence. But there's intelligence and then there's common sense. And the King, Queen of Pentacles tend to lean into common sense. Okay. Based on experience. So let me see what this King of Pentacles is doing. What's going on here? Let's see that King of Pentacles. Show me that King of Pentacles. Show me that King of Pentacles. You get over here. Stop being shy. Okay. Oh. Okay. It's yeah, okay. So we're afraid of tension here. We expect some sort of tension. There's a part of you that wants to fight, but then you're also like, is this worth fighting for? Practically speaking, is there value in it? Objectively speaking, can you still get value from this? Is it possible to even emotionally harmonize? That would anticipate having to fight for this and struggle for it a little bit, and you have to know that you want to do that with the Nine of Pentacles. You're saying nothing in this life is easy. If I'm going to step into this, I got to know that I can put up some sort of energy towards it and really kind of stake my claim in it, because you have unresolved issues in this too. You have anger, frustration in this as well. But you also reasonably feel like perhaps maybe you could be in each other's lives like that. It's kind of like when I look around, I want to know that you're there. So maybe that's worth harmonizing with. Maybe that's worth standing up for this. Nine of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, that's active fight participation. I'm willing to fight for this of my own free will and accord. But you have to know that you want to do this. You have to know that you feel good about this and that you can actually see it. It's pickup day. A lot of pickup. Double recycle. Greens and just regular trash too. That's all that today. Yeah, so you have to know that if you stand up for this, you can reasonably fight for your place in it, and then maybe find emotional equilibrium with it. Goodness me. Oh my God. What's with this person? Show me this person. What's going on here? All right. It's like, if I'm going to step my foot in that door, I got to know that I mean it. And stand up for myself, try to balance with it. I can't force it, but I got to know that I can plant my feet on my side. Okay. Guys, this shouldn't be a fight. Why is this a fight? Why does this feel like a fight? All I was talking about was the vulnerability of expression of one's feelings, but you're like, also, I'm still a little pissed off. Okay. So that's Nine of Wands, the Emperor, the Ace of Wands. Despite, that's why you anticipate that. You say this person's a little fighter. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I'm not mocking anybody's pain, guys. I'm a real person. I have real expressions, and the complexity of human beings is such is that I will see something so soft and shaky and vulnerable, then turn around and get really hard. And this is why I'm still pissed off with them. Anger is just another form of vulnerability. Okay? Says I'm frustrated, I'm angry, and you're not necessarily comfortable with that either. Guys, I know that you can. The King of Pentacles says he can stand up and stake his claim in this with the hope of balancing this 100%. It's also saying they're kind of a pain in the ass too, Christina. Mark it. Note it. They're stubborn. Okay. You say they always insist that they're right or that they know it all. It's so frustrating. I believe you. You show me that not once but twice. You anticipate frustration. You anticipate kickback. But what you don't know is that this person has an ace of wands. That it's not just all negative fire in this person or just being passionate to the point of crazy. No, they're actually incredibly level-headed. They might have a bit of a control thing in them, 100%. But they also have a lot of hope attached to them. This person tends to lean more towards the side of hope. And I'm willing to try, so long as I know there's worth something to try for. Give me a reason to fight. Give me a reason to fight for this. Fight for you. Fight for us. Give me a reason. Give me a reason. Give me a reason. Give me a reason. They are a bit of an agitator, but they're a fighter. They are. And it's an emperor. You got to know it's worth fighting for. So they can resist as much as they give. Oh, no wonder you're frustrated with this person. But, hey, man, the good ones don't give up. The good ones, the ones you want to keep, are the ones that do know how to fight. But the ones who know how to fight, their responsibility in this life is to understand what's worth fighting for. Otherwise, they should conserve or they block. You're saying that you can do that too. It's hard to be vulnerable with this person, isn't it? It's a little intimidating. Their energy is a bit brash, but they know themselves. They know themselves, and you're saying they're a fighter, and that's good, and sometimes it's not so good. Especially when you feel like you can want to be vulnerable with them, but can't. There's something about their energy that comes off as a know-it-all, smarty pants, or they're just so strong-willed, you know. They're a person too, honey. I think this is probably a true representation of the both of you than this other stuff. You're both people. You both have strengths, you both have weaknesses. You both got to eat, sleep, and you know what. Okay? So I guess what do you want out of this? Their energy is such that it says they can resist this or renew it. Give it more hope, give it another chance. Either way, they'll stand by their decision. You seem to know this about them. Like I said, that stubbornness and that strong will, it works both ways. Okay? You could too. You'd have to know you wanted to do it. They'd have to sort that out for themselves. Let's see the Six of Cups. Oh, the two of you. Oh my. I got a feeling I'm looking at stubborn for stubborn, ain't I? Mm-hmm. And it might be stubborn for stubborn. Mm-hmm. But I also... But one person, and that's you, has one thing that kicked this whole thing off. I want to vulnerably express myself, and I'm afraid I'm going to get hurt. Other than that, you two can hold out a sticking point. I'm going to guess you both have heard the word stubborn in your life. The both of you. Okay. Hard-headed, pig-headed. so let's see that Six of Cups. Let's do this. Show me this. What is this? What am I looking at? What are we doing? I tell you what you tell me. So this is what's floating around in your energy. These are things you've been contemplating, okay? And what it is you do or do not do, that's with you as well. I don't tell you, you tell me. So what do you want to do with this Six of Cups? Your little pain in the ass right here. Your hot little pain in the ass. But still, it is though. Okay? Don't start with me. We know. We all know, okay? This is your little hot pain in the ass. And I'll tell you what, they probably have some thoughts on you too, my friend. Okay? It works both ways here. All right, with that Six of Cups, you better believe it. You got unique time built into both of you and understanding each other in your own particular ways. That's why it's called unique. It's just shared memories, shared time. Okay. So what's it gonna be? What's going on? What you gonna do? Get out of here. You're wasting my time. You already know. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out. Go do it. It's literally in the cards. You told me the solution. It's been with you this whole time. You're just resisting it because you're afraid to be hurt. Okay? If you propose anything. I disagree. It's the thing you're afraid to do the most is probably going to be your best route to get what you want. In other words, do the opposite of what kept or stayed your hand to begin with. This is often the case. 2, you're as stubborn as much as a fighter as you say that they are. Okay? I see both of your points. You two are like peas fucking pod. Okay? You're very much alike. And that's probably why you go like this. Okay? So don't be like, but them. No. Let's look at ourselves. Everything begins with the self. You need to know what you want from this in order to understand if it's worth your time, energy, and effort. Because you're telling me, you're trying to convince me. But Christina, the investment, though, would be really hard. It'd be really hard. So hard. I understand that. And yet, your energy persists. And you're saying you anticipate in some way that they would do the same. That means you do know them. At the soul level, you know them. So I like how you're like, but them. You too. Okay? Peas in a pod, the both of you. Okay? Look, there's the heart of the issue. This particular situation, person, I don't know what the hell this is to you. I don't know who the hell this is to you. I have no idea. I just know you two are soul bonded and you're more alike than you are different. I'll tell you that. You find it difficult in your heart space, and it's lovely and soft, but you have a hard time being vulnerable with your emotional expression. Not everybody's comfortable with it. Some people are very comfortable feeling what they're feeling, but they're not exactly trying to say it. Okay? Two different things. What you feel and then what you're expressing. What you feel towards this situation is natural, it's soft. It might even be a little romantic. Yeah, definitely vulnerable, more than anything. But you expressing it, you're saying, what if it hurts me, or I get further hurt by it, or they don't, what if it makes it worse? And that's just all fear. It's all fear that has stayed your hand up until this point. Think about it. If all you need is a little bit of softness to re-engage with it, and that seems to be the answer here, then it's either A, worth it to do so, or B, it's not. So if you don't think it's worth your time, your effort, the end game here, to be a little soft, to be a little vulnerable, okay, then you have your answer. The Cancer I'm looking at says, if I could have left it alone by now, I would have done. Which means you're not done with it, which means you're not finished with it, which means you're not happy with the initial answer of just leave it alone. Otherwise, you would have left it alone. So if you're going to say something to it, say something that's meaningful and impactful, enough to satisfy your needs, and then let things unravel from there, because honestly, I just see you two connecting in the future. I'm very curious about that. I mean, it's right here. There's just a delay. The more you feel like you can't express yourself towards this, the longer that delay is. Other than that, I could take the Hanged Man off and say this is happening tomorrow. There they are. I see you two rejoicing in each other's company this year, sometime. It could be anywhere between, like I said, tomorrow, upwards to 6 months out. I honestly don't know. It depends on how long this guy's in play. It comes out of Hanged Man mode when you know that this is worth communicating with, maybe in fighting a little bit with it. And by fighting, I don't mean like, I mean like, is it worth you putting your energy into? Because you know there's going to be words. You know there's going to be a clash of wills. Absolutely. You know, you know there's going to be defensiveness. You know that there's going to be some harsh words. Okay. And you got to ask yourself, is it worth it? Because let me tell you something. This person is like Tom Petty over here. They don't back down. Okay? If they block, they block. But if they're open, they're open. They don't really do gray areas. And that's that determination. That's why you're like, that's why they're a pain in the ass. Well, guess what? You got some charming qualities too. You're like, I know my ways. Do you? You know your ways? You set in your ways too? I just know that if you're going to engage, you better mean it, because when they agree to something, they mean it too. I grant you, they have a lot of firm energy around them in terms of that fire and disposition. It's how it's used, but it's one of the reasons why, but gosh darn it, you find them so darn attractive, don't you? You think I'm not going to see through that, honey? It's read between the lines. Read between the lines. Okay. Yeah. But it's so hard, though. No, I think this is where, when you two kind of strip away the frustrations, the glorification, the pride, and all that crap, I think this is more or less who you two really are. Okay? You have your own particular rhythm between you two. And granted, it might have been a while since we've gotten in touch with that rhythm, but it's nevertheless, it's still there. It's a Six of Cups. That rhythm will always be in place. It's just reconnecting with it, to get reacquainted with it. You find your comfort zone in it, and relax. You're going to see it was a good investment. Okay? You are going to see it's a good investment. But you got to get there. that Hanged Man, it comes out of suspension, the more comfortable you get in reapproaching this. Okay? I don't know how else to say it. I'm sorry. I'm not saying it's... By the way, guys, coming forward is not admission of anything wrong. It's just... You got to know that it's right for you, to know that it's worth standing up for, to having those arguments with. Well, you said this and I said that, and I was like, ah. Is it worth it? Okay. Is it worth it? I think you're looking for reassurances today. It's on your mind. And if anything, it's like, fine, I'll deal with it if it means I can just, whatever that is. But don't do it unless you mean it. Because you know your person. You know that person. You have such a sharp profile of who they are. Uh-huh. God, they're so stubborn. Lid is paging pot. Pot is paging lid. It's like calling the kettle black. It's a thing. I really are. I don't know. I kind of get it because I don't know. I respect the fighter. I do, because how else are you going to be an emperor and empress in this life if you're not willing to know absolutely what you're going to stand up for and what you're not? So I understand that unapologetic, just brazen energy. But I can also see where, yeah, it's like, God, it's like trying to... Honey, they probably have very similar thoughts about you. They're just set in their ways. They like what they like. It has to be everything on their term. They're the King of Pentacles. They like their little comfort zone. They're not willing to change. They're not willing to be flexible. You see where that's going? From their point of view, that's probably how they perceive you, as someone who likes your little corner of the world and you refuse to change. All signs, all kings and queens, all elements have pros and cons. If you're going to stand there and insist that it's your way too, or you know what you know and it's not compromisable, yeah, you're just as pig-headed as they are. I think that's all coming, again, from that fear of being vulnerable towards this, because it does put this connection, let's be real, it puts you on your defenses. It puts you on your tippy toes. I can see why you feel hard. And maybe that's the best way to disarm this person, honey. If you really see them that kind of like of a strong-willed, maybe the best way to disarm them, again, is to do the exact opposite of what you've done. Be vulnerable, not less. Okay. Maybe that's what they needed. Maybe they don't think you are vulnerable. Did that ever occur to you? The way you kind of see them, perhaps they see you the same way. I don't know. Queen of Swords. I'm not really sure what I was aiming for here. The Hierophant, there it is again. Queen of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Four of Wands, Nine of Cups, Page of Cups, Hierophant. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to open up to this, know that you mean it, so you can stand by it and not question it. I see a response. I'm not going to lie to you. I see a response. It does look positive. Cautionary at first. But you're abiding by what feels right to you, and that's all I care about. Hey, yeah, there it is. A little bit of vulnerability goes a long way. There you go. You know? There it is. And commit to that. That's what I'm saying. Commit to that little bit of vulnerability. If you really want to know how to get under this person, I think disarm them. You get past that kind of wall of energy like that, do the opposite of what you've done. Let more out. Instead of just the practical, the logical, the communication. Commit to a little bit of feeling. It seems to go a long way here. Okay, that's enough. I don't even know how I got... I didn't know I was going to get 25 minutes out of that. Oh, boy. When I get wrapped up in something, though, I get wrapped up in it. I'll tell you what. That's what that is. I can either reject that or completely go all in. With that crazy smile, too. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. Aries might be a very interesting time this year. But a fiery climax approaches. Yeah, this will out. It will out. Okay? It is over here. But that could be all the... oh, you might both have some very interesting Aries in your chart. Oh, yeah. Very exciting little battle of wills, eh? All it takes is a drop. That Aries energy, strategically, in your chart, doesn't take much. A little battle of wills. Oh, 100%. Oh, if the both of you. Oh, my, yeah. Okay. Yeah, a new start is coming. There it is. I told you. Aces aren't just new. It's also renew. But yes, new moon. Under which one? Couldn't say. Could be the Aries new moon. I don't know. I really don't have a strong sense of timing. Unfortunately, that Hanged Man has delayed some things. But the more you know, you will know. Yes, indeed. Look at the bigger picture. Oh, just fire everywhere. Oh, my goodness. We got Sag and Aries. Oh, a little combative, the both of you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon and Sag. So for some of you who have very strong Sag in your chart, they're... that willingness to be flexible, take charge of things with the Aries, the Cardinal. I mean, oh, my goodness. God, the both of you. Who takes lead? Who follows? Neither one of you are too big on following. I feel it. I do. I feel the web of energetic entanglement in here, and that really weird space where you want to share with somebody in that way of passion and vulnerability, but also I can't be vulnerable towards this. It's a win-win outcome is in forecast, full moon in Libra. Okay. It is. The closer you get to that, the more you'll see it for yourself and therefore experience it. You guys, seriously, a little battle of wills, eh? Oh, I like a little battle of wills. Keeps things interesting. I like a little tension. I don't like an ass kisser. I don't like it when people just acquiesce. Yes, dear. Fuck that. I want to know I drive you crazy. Do I drive you crazy? Because if I'm driving you crazy, we got somewhere to go. You know? Be a power couple in life. Support each other. Stand up for each other. Absolutely. Drive each other upwards and outwards. Inside the house, though. You know. Keeps things interesting. Keeps things fresh. Fresca. We want to keep things fresh, you know what I'm saying? And right now is not the right time, but it will be. And romantic. It is romantic in nature for some of you. So if you were wondering about that, right now is not the right time. I told you the Hanged Man's on delay on this until you sort out what it is you want to do, say, if anything at all. You have free will. No need to worry. It will come together. The more you step towards this, it'll step back towards you. Okay? All I think we need here is a little bit of vulnerability, guys. You know, disarm that person, disarm that tough exterior. It's funny because this seems to be their outward energy, but their inward energy is more like this. Okay. Here you go. I don't know why I like this one, but I do. Okay, Cinnamon. All right, that's my cue. Got to wrap it up. You guys, put in the comments. Take care. Be well.